So let's talk about it. Is Liberty Falls really just a multiplayer Warzone map with zombies on it, having zero zombies, aura, has no feel or look to any zombies map, and no character at all? Well, I'm gonna be straight up with you guys. I really tried to agree with that. I really did. In fact, I just tried to record a video agreeing with all the things people are saying and trying to advocate for Treyarch to change it. But as I recorded that video, I just couldn't agree with what I said. After watching the gameplay over and over again, watching these trailers, seeing the intro, all of that, I just could not agree with that because it's really not a multiplayer map. It's not even close. It has so many things to the map that make it feel like a zombies map that it's ridiculous that people are even saying this. Like, I've heard people compare it to Golova from Outbreak, and that's just straight up disrespectful. And I think I'll be able to prove that to you guys by the end of this video. Now, of course, not everything's going to be great, and we will talk about the problems of it too, but of course, I do want to stress the biggest problem first. But if you guys do go on to agree with me, I really appreciate if you guys help push this video out to help other people see this, and do that by sharing, liking, commenting, and even subscribing while you're there. It would all be very much appreciated. But with that said, let's get into this. Now, first things first, let's talk about the setting of this map to understand why the map is the way it is. So at the end of Cold War, we already knew we were going to get a map set in a small town in West Virginia. But the reason that this was the case is because Richtofen was trying to hide his Project Janus, and he wanted to hide it within this small town, because who's going to look for this crazy evil plan if it's in a small town in the middle of the mountains? And with that setting in mind, I need you guys for the rest of this video, and honestly for the rest of you thinking about Liberty Falls, keep this question in the back of your head. How else is this map supposed to look? And with that, let's actually look at the gameplay of this map, which, by the way, credit to Chopper, all of this gameplay is his. I'll link him down in the description. So right as you spawn in, you look right across and you see a motel that's literally destroyed and on fire. Like, the signs falling apart, all of that is just not working how it's supposed to be. And on top of that, it's literally written help on the roof. And that's been a staple of zombies since Thriza, so, it's nice to see that continued here. And then you have to understand that this place was recently overrun. This isn't like a lot of zombies maps that were overrun years ago and the zombies are still there. Nope, this one was recently overrun. And that's why you see all of the cars all over the map. They were all trying to escape this place because the outbreak happened. And this is why you see pileups of wreck. You see cars crash into fire hydrants, and even a semi crashed into a pole that had gasoline on it, so it's all blown up and on fire still. Like, all of that makes sense with the setting of this map. And what makes even more sense is when you look around the map and you see a ton of weapons and equipment from Project Janus, literally tanks and weird traps, all from Project Janus, that most of them are just destroyed because they failed at keeping the zombies outbreak. And keeping that same trend, we see the barriers on this map kind of looking a bit weird. Like, why are they just weird electrical fences? Well, you have to keep in mind, Project Janus is this sci-fi looking thing, and they use these barriers to try to contain the zombies outbreak. Obviously they failed, but that is what they were doing here. That's why the barriers look like that. All of this makes sense with the setting of this map. And it's not just that, there's a lot of small things that make this map too. I mean, there's literally a pool of blood on this map, like, that's already there. You see a ton of bodies just still burning and on fire. On the wall, you see written in blood multiple times, one of them saying she did this. In the bowling alley, you see neons of Mr. Peaks. You look outside the map, you see these facilities that are probably like some weird science-y facilities on fire because of the outbreak. And even there's a cemetery on this map, if that's spooky enough for you. It still has all those little things, but then there's the peak of the map. The church, because when you enter this church, you enter into the dark ether, and it looks insane already, but then you look up into the roof. The roof is blown off in the dark ether version, but not in the real version. What's up with that? But on top of that, you look through there, you see all the spacey looking stuff looking absolutely amazing. And on top of that, if you go up to the zombie barrier in the dark ether, you'll hear screaming and crying, stuff that we originally heard in Verrückt, that we gave it so much credit for giving that character to the map, but now we're just acting like it's not even there or doesn't matter. It's insane. And it's not just that, there's music back in this map too. You pay attention to the music, you'll hear the spawn in music going on forever, absolutely sounding amazing. The round change music is unique and cool. And even when you open specific areas, they play unique music. Like when you first open the church, you could hear another song cue. Things that started in Mob of the Dead that was praised so much when it was originally introduced and now returns in this game, but it's just being ignored. And those are just the things we know for sure. There's still the possibilities of the map with all the potential with side Easter eggs, and especially the main quest. I'm pretty sure in the main quest we're going to open up more of the map, things that we are not normally accessed to. Probably that museum we saw in the intro, because not only did we see it in the intro, but on top of that, when you first spawn in, the guy talking to you says he's still in the museum. So with all of this here, why are people still saying it's not a zombies map? Well, I think kind of one of the biggest thing, and as shallow as it sounds, but it is true, is the lighting. We've never had a map just in the middle of the day this bright. Like, that's just not a thing. And like, it is shallow, but it's true. I'm sorry, but the map doesn't look good with this lighting. It looks bad. Like, imagine if we saw these destroyed areas outside of this map, like those facilities destroyed out there, and we just saw the fire glowing them up instead of just the light drowning out all the fire, just making it a little bit darker and creepier, like stuff like that. And what's crazy is I'm pretty sure in the gameplay trailer of Liberty Falls there's a different lighting scheme. Like, it looks more yellow and depressing, but for some reason in the actual gameplay it's not like that, which is curious, because I'm wondering if that is something they're going to do and change for the map by launch. But still, with all of this said, I think you could at least agree that it is incredibly disrespectful when people compare this map to like Golova from Outbreak. That is ridiculous. There's no way it's on that same level. Now, of course, with everything I've been saying positive about this, there definitely are some problems that do hurt the character of this map, and I'm not going to ignore them, because I do think that these are things Treyarch should be criticized for. And the first one I already talked about was the lighting. But again, I already put an asterisk on the lighting because I don't know if this is going to be the final lighting that they're going to use for the map, because the trailer had different lighting for the map. But one of the major problems I want to start off with is, yes, some areas of this map look bland. They look bad. They don't look like a zombies map. Now, the majority of the map does, and I do like the majority of the map how it looks, but there are some areas, mainly all the alleyways, like the in-between areas, they look terrible, if I'm being honest with you guys. And also the bank just kind of looks eh. The comic book area looks eh. You know, it just doesn't give off any cool vibes, but at the same time, how much can you do with these areas, you know? So it's kind of hard to say. Of course, the alleyway they could do a lot more with, definitely, but you know, the bank and the comic book store, you know, I don't know. But another big one that is not being talked about enough is the fact that every single enemy on this map is being reused. You have the Manglers again for the trillionth time, the Abominations back from the Forsaken for who knows what reason, and also the spiders from Terminus are for some reason here. I thought the whole idea is that they were created on Terminus Islands. How the hell did they get all the way to Liberty Falls? I don't know. But all of those are major problems, but the biggest one, and will continue to always be my biggest issue, and I will never stop complaining about this, but is the fact that there is not a set crew. That is still unacceptable. I don't care if people from the top told them that, hey, you have to make a map where there's only operators, because, you know, we're still trying to sell operator skins here. I don't care. It's never going to be worth it to me, because that is ridiculous that we will go into a map without a set crew. It takes away so much character and soul of a map. You go to one of the maps that has the most character ever, right? That's the most zombie map ever, like Mob of the Dead. Imagine Mob of the Dead without the Mob of the Dead crew. That takes away 70% of the aura of that map. That's just a fact. And that's what's happening with Liberty Falls. The lighting looks like something out of a multiplayer map, and the operators are killing the soul of this map. That's as simple as it gets. There's no reason to go any more deep than that. There's no reason to lie that this looks like Golova. You don't have to lie to make it sound worse. Just be truthful. Realize what's good about this map and realize the real problems with it. But that's really about it for me. I'd love to hear what you guys think about this. You guys agree with me on this one, or am I being a COD simp or something like that? Let me know down in the comment section below. Regardless though, that's going to wrap it up for me. If you guys did enjoy the video, I'd appreciate if you guys dropped a like, subscribe, bell, share, any of that great stuff. But I'm going to go, and I'll catch you guys next stream, video, or whatever the heck it may be. And laters, guys.